So we all know the TikTok ban is set to take place on January 19th. Now, TikTok had asked the DC Court of Appeals to grant an injunction against the enforcement of the ban, citing their appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. And the DC Court of Appeals has said not going to happen, not granting the injunction. Now, the DC Court of Appeals was the court that said the ban was constitutional. Why? Because they said it, based on national security concerns that Congress had laid forth, that they absolutely had the right to tell a company they are not able to operate here in the United States. Effectively, that's what it is. But this is different because TikTok is a way, like 170 million Americans use, to express their freedom of speech. And we haven't really had the government do this kind of thing where it has targeted a specific company with a specific law saying you must sell to an American company or an American or you won't be allowed to be here anymore. That typically doesn't happen. I don't remember hearing of too many cases. Now, the government has done things like trust busting, things like that, where they've gone against monopolies and broken them up into smaller companies, phone companies, for example, airlines, TV networks. But that's not what this is. This is straight a law that says this company, specifically by name in the law, must do this or else. Now, I think the U.S. Supreme Court is going to take this case. They have a long history, even this Supreme Court, of upholding First Amendment rights, and this is a First Amendment case. But like I said, it's also like the first time we really have a law that outlaws a specific company or app or something like that from being used within the United States. So I think they take it. What they do with it is anybody's guess. And the U.S. Supreme Court could grant an injunction of their own, allowing everything to be put on hold until they make a ruling on whether or not this ban is constitutional. Now, I think ultimately it will be tossed out. That's just my gut feeling. Even with as corrupt and as bad as our current Supreme Court makeup is, I don't think they want to touch this case because it's a slippery slope. If now they can say, well, we're saying national security concerns, so we're forcing ByteDance to sell off TikTok or be banned in the United States, how long is it before they try to go after something else, go after Facebook, go after YouTube, saying the same thing, trying to silence speech? So I think ultimately Supreme Court takes it, and the Supreme Court rules in TikTok's favor. But we'll have to wait and see what happens when it gets to that point. And as far as the 90-day extension that Joe Biden could grant on January 19th, that there is a caveat to that 90-day extension, and that is only if TikTok has agreed to find a buyer and they need more time. So I don't know if that's going to save us either. We'll have to wait and see what happens as it gets closer. Now, as far as what I'm going to do if the ban does take effect, I'm going to keep making my content. It will be available over on my YouTube page, Analytical Iowan on YouTube. There is a link in my bio, and I will just keep making my same videos and post them over there, or I'll move to whatever app replaces TikTok, because that's how social media seems to work. Something else will pop up, and we'll all migrate over there.